Hey guys, so I should be live now, and yeah, welcome to probably the last live stream in this year. Hey everybody, how are you doing? Okay, so I did prepare some of the live stream settings on Restream, but unfortunately, it's not gonna be better. I still have this small chat window, and I really don't know how to fix it. So maybe I just need to talk to Restream about it and see if there is a solution. And yeah, then we will see how that goes. Anyway, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I see some people on Twitch, on YouTube. I should be live everywhere now. I even should be live on Instagram, but probably this is where you got the worst experience because you don't have that landscape view. And we will see how that works, because if I want to show you something, a screenshot, well, it's gonna be hard for you to see something, but yeah, we will see how we move on. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, what about your day, guys? I hope you all have like good time and you're already preparing for Christmas season and holiday season. At least I'm almost finished with most of the stuff that I need to do for work, so there is still some stuff I need to go through. And even between Christmas and New Year, I'm gonna work at least for 3 days, and it's gonna be, yeah, tough. But anyway, we will see. Usually, nothing critical happens during those days, so I should be in a good shape, and I can prepare and yeah, focus on working on some of the projects. And yeah, I thought, why not just do one more live stream this year where we talk about some HomeLab stuff, and I just want to react to some of your HomeLabs because that's what I've done in a previous video. But I just realized if I'm gonna record a video for each new HomeLab that somebody posts on the Discord, or maybe I just do a session where I can go through like 5 or 6 HomeLabs, a video, and I need to edit this, I need to upload it, and I thought, man, this is just so much work. Let's just do it in a live stream, and maybe we can do it like every few weeks. Yeah, so if there are new posts in the HomeLab Discord, then yeah, I'm probably just going to do another live stream and we talk about some of the updated stuff here. Yeah, good to see you guys. Yeah, I'm fine. I hope you guys are too. And yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna switch to my screen and we will talk about some of the new posts here on Discord. I know, so it's been a long time since I've done that, so we will see. And obviously, if you're watching on Instagrams, don't worry. I'm gonna be surprised how that works, but yeah, at least you can see like this part of the screen. You won't see my camera, unfortunately, but anyway. So if I'm gonna open a screenshot, something like this here, you should still see it. Let's see if that works. Just gonna open the first new post on the HomeLab Discord. Ah, yeah, you can see the pictures very well. So it's kind of okay, the experience on social media, but hey. Even though, oh, the picture is gone. I even don't know. So what is going on Discord? But anyway. I don't know if you've watched the last live stream video, the HomeLab reaction video that I posted. And I'm just going to do the same stuff. We will go through some of the cool pictures and some descriptions you guys have posted on our Discord. By the way, if you're not on the Discord already, then you should definitely join. So you will find a link when you go in the description of the video. You should find a link where it says like follow me or something like that. And it should take you to my start page where there is a button that's called join our Discord community, something like that. Yeah, and then you will get a link. You can join. Feel free to introduce yourself. Yeah, I just want to get to know everybody. Even though I probably can't answer every message, unfortunately, because it's just going to be a lot. But anyway. And yeah, if you want to share some cool pictures of your HomeLab, yeah, anything that you have accomplished, you can post it in this channel here, which is called Your HomeLabs. And it would be so cool if you could share something. I mean, we can probably even go through your pictures if you are quick during the live stream. And yeah, we can talk about that. If you want to request something, just put it in the chat. And if I can look it up, yeah, and we have time to go through it, we will do that. Yeah. So really nice. Okay, so at least you got like I got the chat window a bit bigger, so I might be able to read everything. But please, if I overlook your message or I don't answer your question, don't be offended. I probably just haven't seen it, or there are too many messages in the chat. So yeah, we will see. Okay, hey guys, yeah, Mason, good to see you. How is it going? Yeah, already for Christmas? Yeah, almost. I would say I still got some projects to do, but anyway, we still have tomorrow for working. So everything that I cannot fix until tomorrow just needs to be delayed until next year, and then we will see. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you're fine too. It's a bit weird. I can't read the messages from Instagram. I don't know if that's not supported on Restream or what the hell is going on. I don't know. Yeah. At least I got some. Okay, so on X it should be fine. Let me just for a second listen. Okay, so I hear myself. I don't know what is going on. So maybe there's a window somewhere hidden. Ah, it's Instagram. Okay. Instagram is always special, yeah. Okay. So that is basically the HomeLab chat in the Discord. So feel free to post anything that you have accomplished, any projects. And yeah, I already covered many of those projects in the last video. And what is a bit unfortunate here on Discord, I don't really know where we left off. So it's really, I don't know. It's not really ordered in a meaningful way. And I know you can switch that between like when it was posted and when it was active, but for some reason I did cover some pictures in the last video and some I didn't. So I really don't know what was going on. And I don't really know where I left off. So I'm just going to try to find some of the posts. We can even start with the newest ones if you like. And then we will go the list down. And by the way, yeah, that might be the best way to do it, because if you're in the live stream or you just recently joined and you want your home lab to be reacted, reviewed, or you want to just talk about it, that's the best opportunity to do it in the live stream, and you just bump it up by reposting something or sending a new message in the thread, and then it's going up in the list, and I will instantly recognize it, and we can go through it if you want, or maybe in the next one. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Seems like you got a lot of interesting stuff. How do I add a post to the HomeLab chat? Yeah, simple. You just join the Discord and click on Neuer Post or New Post. And yeah, submit anything that you like. A description, a picture. I really like when you share some detailed explanation. Please, not too long text. That's a bit hard to read. But if you have anything like hardware-specific stuff or software applications you want to highlight, you can put them in the chat or in the description. I just want to start with this HomeLab here, but it's like, yeah, for example, so this guy, I think the names aren't spelled out because I enabled streamer mode. I really don't know. So how do you think about it? Should I just disable that so you can read all the usernames? I mean, I probably won't disclose anything terrible. So you made it public once you posted it on Discord anyway. So I probably can just disable it. But I think most of you should be fine with that. Because then you can, see the name here. Okay, so that's from Mega Plumpen. What nice name, by the way. And it's just a picture. It's not a description. But yeah, this is that seems like a pretty nice home lab. I mean, I love when you add some lighting in the server rack. It's a smaller network rack, I would say. So it's not the full depth of a regular server rack that you get. So these are like smaller ones, those kind of like small network racks where you can put some stuff here. But you got some nice like a patch panel, so you get at least something for network management, a TP-Link switch. I mean, there are even like other devices over here. I really don't know. So why did you have a bigger TP-Link switch and then a smaller one and even a another small one. I really don't know what these are, or what why you just don't use this one switch over here. But apparently, it has some kind of use case, or has a reason at least. And yeah, by the way, if you're watching on Twitch and the discussion is about the names, so that usually happens when the name is short enough. It will even display the name in the streamer mode, but if it's longer, it will cut off at like 5 or 6 characters, somewhere about that. So yeah, sure. Feel free to post your HomeLab next time, and next year I'm gonna do another live stream, and we might talk about it. So just make sure it's gonna be bumped up in the list high. And even when you join the live stream next time and you want to have your HomeLab reviewed, we can do it right away. So just bump up the post, and we will go through it. Nice. Okay, yeah. That's a pretty big NAS solution from QNAP. I never really had my hands on one of those QNAP NAS, to be honest. I mean, they always look nice, and these are like 8 DD cages, so you got a lot of storage capacity. I think there are just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hard drives in it, or maybe those lights are off, and I don't know, the hard drives are still loaded. That's pretty nice. I don't know what that is over here. That seems like a small computer case, maybe a home server. Whatever it is, it looks like a self-built system. So yeah, I really would love to learn more about it. So feel free to put some messages in the chat. That is always helping us. But looks pretty cool with even with its pink light. If you don't like the color, you can obviously change it. But yeah, it's a pretty nice home lab with some good cable management in it. So I really like it. I even don't know why this window disappeared. Who knows that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so from Gandalf. Gandalf also shared a picture of his home lab. So let's take a look. I'm really excited about this. So, okay, I already see like those UniFi switches in here. So you always recognize them by the logo. And by the way, I just got some Christmas presents from Ubiquiti. So they sent me some hardware gear for review and testing. And I'm still trying to get, started with it. It's kind of like a whole new world that you need to explore. So yeah, a lot of stuff you need to learn when you get started with Ubiquiti or UniFi switches, or UniFi gear. Whatever. I really don't know how to call it. Should I call it just Ubiquiti gear or UniFi? Surely, I know Ubiquiti is the name of the company and UniFi the name of the devices, but it's a bit weird. I mean, why they even have a different name when they use UniFi for all of their stuff? It's kind of like, I don't know. But anyway, I will find out. So I still have some time to review it somewhere next year in January or February. I probably make a video about it. And just to say, I didn't get a rack switch or a bigger device. I just got some of the smaller entry-level devices just to get started and test it. And yeah, then I will probably try out something else. But so the first impression I got from UniFi or Ubiquiti is they have a really nice user experience. So that's what I realized. They even have some very interesting, cool features that you probably don't get from other vendors. Yeah, like these small screens here. I even think these are touch screens. And I don't know. I've also seen like pictures on social media where they just released a switch with RGB lighting. For whatever reason, you need RGB in a switch, but hey, just looks cool. So I think that would look nice in my home lab rack. But unfortunately, I just got the smaller devices from testing, so we will see, how that turns out. But honestly, I'm really excited to get into the Ubiquiti / UniFi world and start exploring some of their capabilities. And yeah, it seems from the first look, it seems very, very good. So yeah, we will see what projects I'm gonna do with it. So these are probably just, I don't know, are these like 2 switches, or is the first one a UDM, this Dream Machine stuff, and then you connect it with a switch? I suppose it is that one. Yeah, the first one might be the firewall or security device. or the controller, whatever you want to call it. And then the second is probably the switch, and then you connect just the firewall with a switch, probably with a DAC 10 gigabit cable or something like that. It looks like it would be something like that. And yeah, that's obviously a great setup. And hopefully, at some day, I can upgrade my home network to that too. We will see. Yeah. If I like Ubiquiti, I will go back to them. And if they like the video, they might send me some other stuff. So we will see. The RGB lighting is very useful for displaying VLAN or speed, for example, Philips Killer said on Twitch. And yeah, but that's definitely great. So I can obviously see some really great use cases for RGB lighting. Of course, the first reaction from some people might be oh, this it just looks great. Why do you need that in a switch? But honestly, like if you're like a network admin or you're like an IT service technician, and I've been there multiple times, guys. So I've been on site to customer setups. And the very first thing that you go into the server room and you try to identify a port or fix a problem, you never know, so where is the device connected and what the hell is going on. So I could really think this is great for troubleshooting, for testing, finding out what port is which device connected to, and visualizing things. So it definitely makes sense to have that in a switch. I don't think this is the newer model with the RGB lighting. I think there are some newer releases they've done to introduce that feature. But I could really think of so many useful situations where you like this. And I even have seen that they have some kind of app where you could see what port is connected to what device. And I really love this. These are so many cool features you usually don't see in any enterprise devices. You obviously sometimes I would not really consider UniFi like a true enterprise grade vendor yet, because it's just not in that space yet. But I would definitely see it more in the small business, medium business, and HomeLab space. And there, they have so many cool features. Probably nobody in the enterprise is asking for, but we as HomeLab nerds, we like that. We love RGB lighting and those touch screens and those cool things. So I can definitely see why they have built that in. And yeah, so that's always a great foundation for network setup, I would say. These are really advanced devices, and you also got such a big Synology rack version, so with the 8 hard drive cages. And I thought about this quite some time. If I should buy something like this for my server rack, I'm not totally convinced yet, because I feel like if I buy this, I'm not sure, because I would love to get True NAS on this device, because I just loved that, and I think it could be more valuable to run True NAS, to make some tutorials about it in the future and so on. I really would love to go into that, but honestly, in the recent months, storage and NAS that has gone a bit further down my priority list. I don't know why. I think I said it in the last live stream that I'm not the biggest fan of hardware stuff, and those topics like storage and hardware and this is always hard for me to get in. So to get my head around this stuff and learn about storage, it's a tough challenge if you have not so many opportunities for getting experience in the professional field talking about NAS. So I think for home system, it's not gonna be that hard to set up like a smaller NAS with like 4 or 5, 6, maybe 6 base of hard drives. It's gonna be very easy. But once you go a bit like any more like bigger use cases or bigger NAS systems, I found out that without the appropriate experience, it's gonna be more challenging and harder, because like you get to I probably need to explain this, but I experienced some of these issues with my NAS project once I started to set up a bigger server, and then you get some weird issues you never thought about, like 10 gigabit Ethernet or bandwidth limitations. How do you set up the storage pool that it has enough speed for you really make the best use of 10 gigabit network connections and so forth? What about RAID Z1, RAID Z2? What are the limitations and problems with putting too many drives in one storage pool and those kind of issues? And it was really tough for me to get into this, yeah. And I made tons of mistakes in once I set up my NAS system. So I really thought a lot about if I should just get rid of this and buy a device like that. Yeah, where I can just put some hard drives in it and I'm done. So I don't need to take care about. But and then I thought, well, uh, I just love to tinker around with like storage server and true NAS. I just need some more time to get into the topic and learn from my mistakes. That can cost a lot of money. I am gonna be honest to you, but yeah, that's where you learn the most. Well, I'm not saying like this is a bad solution or anything like this. This is obviously really amazing, and Synology is probably one of the best, yeah, brands when you go into NAS, especially small, medium business. Even I think like even enterprise they are somewhere in. But so really good stuff, and that's obviously like a power supply. I absolutely hate power supplies. I don't have one in my server rack. If my house or my apartment loses power, then my rack is offline. I just don't give a shit. I just hate to tinker around with these power supply devices. I'm always afraid of getting shocked by these. I don't know why, but I absolutely hate it. So that's why I refused to add something like that in my server rack. But yeah, sure. I mean, it's what you probably would do in a professional environment. I even see like a Mac Mini down here. It's a bit hidden, and a Fritzbox, so that's probably a German server rack, I suppose. Very, very interesting, yeah. Only, you're using only the Fritzbox only for decked phones, so just for phone connections. It's actually a pretty great router, yeah. So I like the devices from AVM, so they are really nice. And yeah, I was right about the UDM Pro and UniFi PoE switch. And the Mac Mini for Plex transcoding. That's pretty interesting. I haven't done anything about this. Maybe I will set up a media server somewhere next year. I don't know. I'm always a bit worried, so where do I get the movies from? Or the TV shows? I mean, that's the real point of running a media server if you don't have any movies stored on a hard drive, and I'm not that guy downloading stuff, so that's I usually don't do that. So if I really want to watch a movie, I'm gonna pay for it, or I just gonna like rent it for 48 hours and I'm fine. So I really don't have anything like a media server at home, and I never had any use case for that, but we would see. Maybe just to try out and see how that looks like. If your house loses power, isn't your internet gone as well? What's the use case for a power rack anyway? Well, that's a pretty good question. We might just do a short talk about this because that's definitely like a question that comes up a lot. So when your house loses power, your internet is gone, maybe your switch is dying, you can't do anything anyway. So why the hell do you have a power supply? Yeah. But the main reason why we use it in IT is not to have the server running and operational. Mainly those USVs or UPS, whatever you want to call it, those are mainly just used in a short time period to have enough time to gracefully shut down the services and gracefully shut down servers. Because the worst thing that could happen when a power outage occurs on a storage server, especially when you're running databases there, and databases usually don't write data directly back to the hard drives. So they keep a lot of this stuff they are running on in cache. And the worst thing that could happen to a database server is that the transaction files are not written back to the disk correctly. So there is some error in between those running processes. And when you shut down the server at the wrong time, it could be your whole database would be corrupt. And that would be a pretty heavy issue for a company, so that you would need to restore it sometimes and so on. And mostly these are just really short time frames, so that the database server has enough time to shut down gracefully. So write the transcoding files back to the hard drives, then shut down the operating system, shut off, and that's fine. So that is the point where you can then power off the server, and your USB is gonna be just sitting in idle. And most of these USVs, or especially those advanced ones, they have like features where they can trigger a server shutdown once there is a power outage existing. So, for example, like if you lose power, maybe just for 1 second, you probably won't shut down the servers, of course. But if the power outage occurs and it consists like after a few minutes, then the USV will send a small network packet to the server and initialize a shutdown process. The server will gracefully shut down all the servers, power off, and then you're done. And when you have power again, you can boot up your servers and you won't be fine. So that's basically the whole reason why we use that in professional IT. And that is also, by the way, the point why I don't really see a big need for that in my home lab, because I'm not really hosting any business critical databases. Mainly these are just for the for the home lab experiments that I do, and mostly when there's something wrong with those databases, maybe they get corrupt, or I can easily restore them from a backup, and it even won't take long because my databases are really, really small. So that's the reason why I think it doesn't make much sense for me. If my server lose power, they shut down, and they have a power outage, they can't gracefully shut down the processes. It's mostly just going to be an issue for databases, really. I don't know how it will be when it happens to the storage server, honestly. But I even think it's not that big of a deal then. And even if it is, I can always restore it back from a backup. And as I said, I'm not hosting any business critical information, or I'm not hosting so many important files that I could never restore in a different way. So that's the reason why I think it's not going to be so much of a big deal, right? Okay, so yeah, that's it about that home lab. I think that's also pretty nice. You got a lot of great devices in here. I haven't really seen one for computing, to be honest. So that's the only thing I'm asking. So you got like a UniFi switch, you got a firewall, you got a Synology NAS. Where is your server? So the server is missing in here. So maybe you're just using Mac Mini for that. I really don't know. Or you're not having those kind of like computing tasks. So maybe this is just for storing files and so on. Here you said like some Docker containers are running for development. Obviously not much. Yeah, maybe that's just for, running on the Mac Mini or on the NAS. I mean, you can probably just run a few containers on that NAS here as well, and you're gonna be fine. So yeah, that's very interesting. I would definitely be the guy who would focus first on networking and server. So NAS is really not the biggest priority for me. Maybe just for storing video files. But that's it, yeah. Okay, so Docker and VMs on the Synology. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, probably. I don't really know. So how well those Synology NAS are with running containers, but yeah, we will see. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna pick another one here. That's a great idea. Already the headline is making me laugh. My poorly cable managed server. Yeah, that's that's amazing. Yeah. So you got at least a few pictures here. So let's see. Oh my god, yeah, I can definitely see why he said it's poorly cable management. Oh my god, what the hell is that? It even looks like this is somewhere. You couldn't find a better room for running your home lab, so you just throw it somewhere in the corner. And if it's still working, okay, well, if not, who cares? Oh my god. So get yourself something, like a shelf. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a server rack, but yeah, just like something to make this look a bit better. But anyway, I mean, it's probably at least operational. So that's what I got from the specs here. Intel Celeron J1900. I even don't know this model, but this has to be somewhere in that mini computer here. 4 gigabytes of memory, 125 gigabyte SSD, 1 terabyte hard drives, a router, and OS Arch Linux. What the hell? This is a pretty weird combination, man. So it's like, I even don't know, so why the hell are you using Arch Linux? I mean, I know, there will be people in the chat already But anyway, I don't want to go into that discussion here. But it's probably not the operating system I would expect on a small home server. But anyway, and this looks like Casa OS. Yeah, all right, Casa OS. Yeah, that's nice. I'm wondering if that is running on the Arch Linux operating system. So you probably just installed Casa OS on Arch. I mean, it's definitely an experimental system. That's what I would call it, yeah, which is not a bad idea for a home lab. But man, you need to do something, yeah. I even not saying you need to buy something new or something like that. Yeah, I'm not the guy who is like fully in always saying or you always need to have a server rack with this and that server and blah blah blah. I don't care about this bullshit, right? But what I care about is like do the stuff that you do, even if it's on smaller scale, but put some love into it, right? So that's the whole reason why we do home labs. Yeah, we love this. So that's not looking like love to me. So yeah, do something about the cable management, man. Yeah, you can even put it on a shelf, and there you're gonna be fine. But anyway, yeah, you obviously like bigger, smaller home labs. I mean, it's a start. Let's call it this way. Okay. I'm just gonna go down the list, so we will see how far we will get, right? My home lab. Yeah, all right. Please, guys, add some descriptions. Yeah, I never know what you're talking about. I mean, of course it's your home lab, but what the hell? This is also like the cable management. I would say is you can definitely do optimize the cable management here. I even have never seen a printer in a home server rack. But hey, you're gonna need a printer most of the time, so somewhere you have to put it. But I love this. Looks like a self-built server rack. And this is really amazing. I love this. I mean, this is how you improvise. Yeah, this is probably something like a server rack, like just a mounting bracket somehow. You can put on a wall, but if you really need a server rack, but you don't want to buy a big and beefy server rack, and you just want to have it on a bit of smaller scale. Just put something together with wood and just add it. I mean, that's how you improvise. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I need to refresh the page. Yeah. I also don't see like a TP link, but apart from this, I have no idea what you have in your home lab. So we need to add some descriptions here. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do a refresh. So let me just go back to one of the chats here. And oh, there's some new stuff in here. Okay, guys, so that's definitely from the people here in the chat. So I'm gonna go. Thanks for the heads up, Christian, by the way. So I will go through those posts here first. So let's do that. Okay, that's from Stray Yachts. I don't know if my hot rod home lab. Well, that's a nice description. Okay, so let's take a look. All built out of my secondhand spare parts hardware. Ah, this is great. So hardware Ryzen 3700X, 64 gigabytes of memory. Wow, that's a lot. Radeon R900. I even don't know this model. It has to be one of those I don't know what you're gonna call it, but I think these are one of those models you get out from these workstation, these professional graphics. Yeah, as you said, it's probably secondhand spare parts, so very interesting. Planning to swap to a GTX 1030. PCIe 10 gigabit USB controller card. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this. I never really used any of this. NVMe 4 OS and 8 gigabyte HDD in. Is that gigabyte or terabyte? I think you probably meant terabytes, right? It's super old Radeon card. Okay, I got it. I'm not the best with graphics card anyway, so please don't ask me anything about graphics card. I'm not like a computer gamer, so. As a German, are you concerned about power consumption of your home server? Oh, yes, I am. Definitely. That's one of the topics I spend a lot of time on. By the way, I released a video about power consumption in my home lab and a video about some tips how to reduce power consumption in a home lab. So you might want to check it out. And yeah, it's 8 terabytes. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, let's have a look at some of the pictures. Oh, cool. I like this. Yeah, a lot of tinkering and playing around with stuff. Really cool. I even think that's a Twitch window here. You probably just took the screenshot, right? Or like the pictures. What the hell is that? What type of case is that? It even reminds me from the old days where computer cases were still having this white color, and yeah, when you are a smoker, they never gonna have the same color again after a few weeks. I'm not smoking, so I can't tell, but I can imagine. But who thought this would be a good idea to make a computer case white? Yeah, really cool. What you put into this case. But it looks like pretty nice. It looks more like a gaming PC or something like that. But I mean, most of the home servers are made of gaming parts. So that's really nice. Cool. There are some new pictures. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is a super old case. But I think this is, I don't know. So is it just like for, do you like use this super old case just for fun, or is it what's the reason behind it? I really would love to know, because honestly for me it doesn't look great. It's just, I'm gonna be honest to you, man. And I think, like, I mean, it has some kind of, like, there's probably a reason for it to make it look this way, but I really, I would love it more if it would be black or like a newer case or something like that. But hey, who knows? A lot of cool stickers on it, so that's definitely improving the optics. But really nice. I mean, I can definitely tell that you're a tinkerer, so I absolutely love this, and that's what we do in the home lab, yeah. So really cool. Honestly, preference. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, nostalgic look. Yeah, definitely. You can tell. But yeah, there's some. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I definitely think it doesn't look. It doesn't look bad or something like that. The stickers definitely make a good improvement. Cool. And yeah, you also got some details about what you're running. Temperatures down 10 degrees in stock AMD coolers. What the hell? Okay, so wow, this is crazy. Noctua cooler and fans brought temperatures down. Well, this is really crazy if you think about it. Is that under idle or under load? I mean, 10 degrees that's nothing, right? So really crazy. I don't know. I haven't really tested any of those coolers, but interesting. And you're using Ubuntu. Yeah, best Linux distribution in the world. No discussion. So Ubuntu is just the way to go. Can't wait for the messages in the chat. Personal cloud storage, Nextcloud. Thanks for the video. Oh yeah, my pleasure. Private media server, Jellyfin. Yeah, that's definitely something. I just talked about like media server, VM hosting, reverse proxy, not reserve, reverse proxy for HTTPS. Again, thanks for the video. Yeah, so that's good. You find a lot of great stuff. Yeah, really cool home lab. I mean, that's definitely a tinkerer's and experimental stuff. I love it. It's great. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the nostalgic look, but it definitely has some really cool stuff in it. And yeah, I'm wondering how you get the powers down to that value. That's really crazy. Really cool. I thought it. No, we are having a Linux distribution discussion, right? No, please no. Just use Ubuntu and you're gonna be fine most of the time. Okay, so I'm probably going to need to refresh that again. For some reason, it doesn't load like the pictures. Wait. Let me just, okay. Let me just go through some of the other posts first, and then I will cover your setup as well. I'm wondering, so why the hell do those pictures not load in the preview? But anyway, we got it here now. So okay, so my home lab. Hi Christian, I'm waiting. I'm watching your live stream right now. Oh, cool. Yeah, Cool, thanks for being here. And I have 3 servers in my HomeLab. The bottom one is a Dell 1U server I got for free. I don't use it, just for showing. Yeah, nice. Good way to start it, man. The middle server is my main Proxmox host with a couple of VMs, Nextcloud, Vault Warden. I host my own Everyday's website, WordPress VMs, Docker VM with all containers, Zabbix. Oh, I need to take a look at Zabbix. It's still on my list, and I never get it done. Ansible, really amazing. Windows AD server for my user accounts. Yeah, that's also nice, man. That's really amazing. And the top server is my old Proxmox server and runs now a Proxmox backup server. Ah, okay, cool. I definitely remember this case because I got the same. And honestly, these cases from Innertech, they are pretty good. I mean, they have a good price value. I mean, they are not like the cheapest ones, but definitely much cheaper than most of the other vendors. And I think the quality is definitely okay. So yeah, on top of this is a Fractal case, so that's your old server. That's the newer one. I definitely like it. A small network switch, yeah. So you're not doing much with networking, but that's okay. And the Dell rack server. Yeah, I definitely know why you're not using the rack server for your main stuff, because those rack servers, they are just, I mean, they're loud, they're consuming too much power. You gotta be better off with just, yeah, doing something like this. Yeah, get a 3-unit or 4-unit rack server case, put a desktop CPU, desktop motherboard in it, and you're gonna be fine. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of using like professional rack server equipment because yeah, they're just too noisy, too loud. Whoa, that's a really old monitor over here. But hey, that's what you're gonna be using for a server. Yeah, you probably even don't use it most of the time, so who cares? So that's definitely like a more software-focused HomeLab, but I get a lot of great stuff here. Hardware of the Proxmox server is like Ryzen. Whoa, you got a lot of memory. I'm pretty sure you're not even close to utilizing that all, so maybe even half of it. I mean, I got like 128 gigabytes of memory too, and half of it is just utilized for cache of my NAS server, and the rest of it is more than enough for running my VMs, so you're gonna be fine with that amount of memory. 2 terabyte SSD, that's great for running VMs, and 4 terabyte HDD in a ZFS mirror. Oh no, 2 or 4 terabyte in a ZFS mirror. Totally fine for a HomeLab. I mean, it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to look fancy. I mean, I like the case choice and those kind of things, but it's more a more practical approach, I would say, and that's totally fine. I'm wondering if you want to do something with networking. I mean, it's like you probably can get like a TP-Link rack switch even if you don't need it, but I just love to play around with networking stuff. So I really would love to see what you plan for networking. If you're gonna be experimenting with that, or if you're just fine with running all of that stuff and you don't care much about networking, that's also fine. But yeah. If the rack server down below doesn't consume much power, you could transform it in a firewall or something like that. Just some ideas. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go through the list. I want to cover at least everybody who just sent a post in the live stream right now. So excuse me if I can't go into all of the details you posted. I mean, I'm definitely reading it, and I enjoy the more detail you add, but don't be worried. When I don't go through all of the details, it's just, yeah, we don't have too much time. Anyway, so there's a simple lab from a log, UDM Pro, UniFi. There's UniFi again. Everybody seems to love UniFi, and I'm slowly getting to understand why. Yeah, since I started to look into my UniFi devices that I got, I definitely see why people are loving these. So yeah, I need some more time to get into it, but they seem like great devices. Okay, you got a Dell T420 running Unraid. You're running Unraid. That's not good. No, don't worry, it's fine. I'm just not the biggest fan of Unraid myself, but I think it's not a bad system. I installed it once a couple of years ago, and I just didn't like the idea of putting the OS on a USB drive and pay for a license. I just thought, why the hell? I mean, but hey, that's just. I also like the UI and so on. I'm not an Unraid guy, but I know that a lot of people love these, so definitely gonna be fine. 64 gigabytes of memory, an E5. So that's like a Xeon CPU, I suppose. I really would love to know what that is and how the power consumption is on those devices, because I know that the Dell T420, that's like a tower rack server, or like a tower server you probably can also transform into a rack version if you like. But these are usually, so my Dell PowerEdge T410 that I bought, that consumed so much power. And that's the reason why I got rid of it, because it was just too expensive. I mean, you said like you bought it for $350, probably on eBay, like those used and refurbished hardware components. It's always a great opportunity to get hardware for cheap. But if you need to pay a lot of electricity like cost, then it's not gonna be like the best option. I mean, what do you say? Idles at 99 watts with 14 terabytes. So these are like, even if you got those cages, you're not using them. So it's like you only got like 2 drives in it, and then it's using 99 watts. Is not the best value, I would say. But I mean, it's totally depending on what your plan is. I mean, that's how you need to consider. So when if you're not paying the electricity bills, or if you're living in a country where electricity is cheap, yeah, then I would definitely say it's better to go with those used and refurbished professional server equipment, because you get a lot of computing power for very cheap. If you're living in Germany or any other country that has high electricity pricing, so definitely you want to go with a more like power efficient version. And yeah, you're running 40 solar panels. Okay, well, that's fine. I can't argue with that, man, because I'm in a totally different situation. And that's probably also the reason why you see different types of HomeLabs. Because I have I mean, yeah, I know, Ralph, you would say like, okay, I could get a Balkonkraftwerk. Yeah, I know. And it's definitely on my list for next year to take a look at it. And I definitely probably will look into it. But currently, I don't have something like that. So I have no solar panels or anything like this. And I'm paying for every, like, watts per hour that goes through my house, or through my apartment, whatever you want to call it. So it's like, yeah, then it's not the best option for me. But of course, if you got something like solar panels, so you're not really depending on paying electricity bills, then I would say this is probably the best way to get cheap computing power. Yeah, that's definitely what I can tell you. So really cool stuff. I also love like this small dashboard. I'm wondering what that is. I never seen that dashboard before, so maybe it's something that I haven't used myself. But a lot of the good stuff that we use in HomeLab. Even though, guys, I need you to stop using Nginx Proxy Manager. It's just, I know you guys love it, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of Nginx Proxy Manager anymore. It's like a terribly maintained project on GitHub, and I made a whole video about it, why I don't like it anymore. And yeah, you should definitely switch to something else. It's not like, well, I'm not saying like the whole project is crap, but I'm just saying like it's not the best project maintained, and I'm not a big fan of it anymore. So that's yeah. And I know a lot of you guys probably use Nginx Proxy Manager because you don't have the time, or you don't want to get into traffic. So yeah, maybe we would need to find some alternative for you. I'm not really sure what exactly, but yeah, we will. Yeah, maybe I should do a video about it, but I probably would need to find something better than Nginx Proxy Manager that is not as not as locked down to Kubernetes and Docker like traffic is. So maybe something different. Or maybe I just make a video about traffic and how to configure it based on like, yeah, not for just Docker and Kubernetes workloads. We will see. I probably would prefer that instead of familiarizing myself with another reverse proxy again. I don't know. Just don't like the idea. Okay, let's have a look at the portable home lab now. So, not neat as some of those here, but I need a lab for traveling. This is a really nice use case. Wow, this is crazy. So let's take a look at some of the pictures, yeah. First, bag StarTech 15-inch laptop backpack, accessory case, enclosure, shadow foam router, GL Enet barrel. Never heard about that, so no idea. A small switch from Netgear. Those guys are terrible, by the way. I just heard some. I'm not gonna disclosure those, but Netgear, I'm not the biggest fan of. It's like, it's not like about the device. It's just about like, yeah. Let's not talk about it. Server SER7. I don't know what that is. Oh man, no, I remember this. Is that from? Is that a device from B-Link? I'm not entirely sure. So please tell me if it is. But yeah, StarTech. I love this backpack. So StarTech, if you're watching, you could send me one of this. Just want to get some stuff for free. No, I just like StarTech. I mean, it's like the same brand you would use for a server rack. So I kind of like the analogy that you use a backpack from Star Trek for your mobile HomeLabs server rack. So it's kind of the same brand. I like this idea. This is really nice. It also seems like a pretty solid backpack, to be honest. A lot of good like stuff. And yeah, there's is that like the iPad enclosure? I don't know. So it definitely looks like B-Link. You need to, yeah, it's B-Link. Yeah, those guys. I probably said it to you in the last live stream. They wanted me to review some of their computers, and I wasn't really sure about it. But I told them let's do a video in March, and they should send me like 3 of those, and I put them in a Proxmox cluster. And I just put that on hold for next year, and gonna initiate the discussion with them, and maybe they send me something, and we will see. Because then I have an opportunity to make a good Proxmox clustering video about it. So I don't like the idea of just making reviews about hardware if it's not like an interesting one. But yeah, I think those computers are pretty nice. I really don't know. Some people say it's cheap. Some others are quite happy with it. So I really would like to know. And it's just a cheap portable monitor. Oh, great, awesome, yeah. You thought about everything here, right? This is amazing. I like this idea. I mean, if you're traveling a lot, and yeah, this is the foam that you got for like so to put it safely in the backpack. And this is how you mount it when you're at your location wherever you're traveling and you do your experiments. This is such a cool idea. And honestly, I just like this because it shows you that a home lab doesn't need to be big. A home lab doesn't need to be complicated. A home lab really can be practical, and whatever type of use case you have, whatever you're doing and trying to do, you find some way to make it work. And I love this, yeah. And it's definitely one of the home labs that I would use because I'm not traveling a lot. And I honestly, I don't like traveling, but that has other reasons. Not that I generally don't like visiting other locations, but it's like there is a reason for it that I don't like traveling so much myself. But this is like for people who like something else, like traveling. You find some use cases for home labs, even in those areas. So I just love the idea. I just love that you really don't need much to set up a home lab and to start your experiments. Because honestly, and I just need to talk about this quickly because it just it's something that I'm thinking about a lot. Because you probably know you're watching other YouTube creators who are doing home labs. I even don't know. I even don't need to say the names, right? And whenever I read something on social media, somebody got a new beefy HomeLab server rack, or somebody got sent like a 48 port switch from Ubiquiti and instantly making pictures, putting it on Instagram and Twitter, and hey, look what I got. And everybody is in that, yeah, in that mood to just do bigger and better and more exciting. And I know it's gonna be good content for social media, especially for YouTube, but also Instagram and X and whatnot. But honestly, I find this is like we're going into a circle where everybody tries to be better than the person before. Like if I would be in the same boat and I would see something like, I don't know, somebody else, another creator made a video about a Proxmox cluster. I'm thinking, oh, I need to do another a Proxmox cluster too, and yeah, let's buy some free big servers and let's put them in a server rack. And I just I don't know. So that's one of the reasons why I completely stopped watching other YouTube creators. Yeah, and I'm not like getting inspired by them anymore. Okay, sure, that's like one of the downsides of it. But honestly, I just like the idea more that I focus on my own stuff and I'm not trying to go in that circle and trying to go in that bubble and always like seeing what somebody else is doing and how big you can make your server rack and what else you can put into it, how much money you can invest into another fancy equipment and gear. Honestly, I'm very happy that I'm not looking at this anymore. Yeah, I'm really happy that I focus on those projects, and I really love to get some inspiration from you guys. Because if somebody thinks now, oh, Christian doesn't like to look at other home labs, that's not really true. I love like getting inspired by the community and stuff, but I really just don't like the idea of getting bigger and bigger and doing more and more and heavier. It's like, I don't know. This is not a good practice. This is not a good way of thinking. Yeah. It's the same like if you talk about cars, right? If you go on social media and watch one video about cars, and you go on TikTok or Instagram, they will always show you the biggest Mercedes-Benz and yeah, those fancy cars and bigger and more expensive. And I'm just scrolling through that and saying, "Wow, what bullshit!" Right? I don't care about this crap. Yeah, I just want to drive from A to B, and I'm gonna be fine with what car I have. So I'm not gonna care about that. And sometimes I see the same with other like social media creators. Sometimes when they show off what new and fancy gear they got in a home lab, and I'm not interested in that anymore. Yeah, so that's why I really love these smaller projects. This is why I really love to see, okay, people are finding solutions for like experimenting, but it doesn't need to be bigger, it doesn't need to be more expensive. Just need to fit your requirements and whatever makes fun to you, and that's what we should focus on. So I know, short rant about other creators and bigger and beefy home labs and blah blah blah, but it's like just like the way I feel, right? I don't know if you can relate to that, but that's like yeah, the way I'm thinking about it right now. So really love this. And you got some really cool stuff here, some practical stuff. It even got, like this mini computer got a lot of computing power to do all the experiments. So, totally fine. Okay, so, let's see what else we got. I need to make a short break. I need to get something to drink and reading through some of the message, and then we will go on. The mass consumer mindset has to change. We can do so much more with cheap old recycled gear and get some cool stuff done. Absolutely. I'm on the same page, man. Okay, so that's really crazy. So, I just want so that, for example, is quite weird. Yeah, so as you can see in this Discord chat, I got like the last messages that people bumped up here. And then I got a post from here. I don't know why. Or just like whose savior was open this? Ah, you bumped it up. Okay, for the live stream. Okay, awesome. Let's do yours next because it's exactly in the same. It's exactly in the same. Yeah, in the same mindset. Yeah, I've seen this before, and I thought, oh man, I need to do a video about this home lab. And then I thought, oh man, an entire video about reacting to HomeLabs. Let's do it in a live stream. But this is absolutely amazing. I love Lego. And this idea of building a server rack out of Lego bricks is just amazing. You even got like enclosures for the SSDs, or I think it's like smaller SSDs. I'm just going to find out. 1 terabyte hard drives. Okay, so these are just smaller, like 2.5 hard drives, or maybe that. This is amazing. And a Raspberry Pi and a small switch. So this is all you need, yeah? Absolutely amazing. I like the idea. I would love to do something with Lego for my server rack, but I don't know if it can hold the weight. So that's what I'm a bit afraid of. But if you look behind, or maybe I'm just going to show it to you right now. So I got some... I just recently ordered some Lego bricks, and there are certainly more to come. So it's just like the one white bricks that I got, and I'm trying to build like a Lego Star Wars mock, so to speak. So that's like the abbreviation for my own creation, as far as I know. And this is like so I'm trying to building a scene with Lego from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, because you already see like here behind me, you probably recognize the AT-AT Walker. So that is one of the sets that I'm going to use for the Hoth scene, or Battle for Hoth. And I'm trying to build this with Lego, so I need a lot of white bricks and a lot of like yeah, small people fighting, and I need to invest a shitload of money into building this, but it's going to be a fun project that I just love, and try to build something with that. It reminds me of my child days, yeah, and even my son, he's now very interested in Lego. He once started to build that with me together, and yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, it's a good like for father and son moments, so really nice. And so I love anything that you do with Lego. It's just amazing. And yeah, building a server rack with that, it's kind of like the coolest idea I've ever seen. So really amazing. I even don't care so much about what exactly you are hosting or what you're running, but because when I just look at this, I'm excited about it. So that's that's my opinion. Can we see a video related to some newer useful Docker containers for HomeLab? Yeah, probably at some day I might do like a summary video about Docker containers in a HomeLab. I definitely do that, but I think I need to do some other videos as a preparation for that, because there are a lot of things we need to cover until I do like a summary video. So we talked about the reverse proxy stuff with Nginx Proxy Manager recently, and media server and so on. So maybe I'll do that at some day, but not in the near future. Just need to be honest to you. But yeah, that's nice. Can you see how small it is? It's just amazing, man. Really nice. Honestly, I would think like this is such a cool project, but what would it look like if you could make it something look like a server, like a small server rack? Like, you know, get a few more Lego bricks and try to build something that is looking like a frame. Yeah. I would really love to see something like this. Even that would be even a great idea for building it myself, to be honest. I mean, it probably need to be very stable to hold the weight if you want to put something. I mean, you probably don't need to put a 19-inch blade server in it, right? But maybe like a Raspberry Pi, and try to make it look like it would be a rack server. Something like that would be a great idea. I mean, you probably need a lot of more Lego bricks, but if you could even like make some enclosures so that it like mimics the look of a server rack, that could even be such an awesome mock for Lego. And when you put like a small Raspberry Pi in it, maybe a small switch, and you try to make it look like it would be, yeah, like a 19-inch rack, that would be so amazing. Yeah, you could put a Raspberry Pi cluster in it or so. I probably need to get some Lego bricks from Lego Technic. I don't know if that's how you call it. But yes, I'm thinking about an entire rack, 10-inch. Well, this would be so cool. So please, if you have any ideas, screenshots, send it to me. I will definitely take a look. I would love to do or build something like this for myself. and this could be such an awesome video for sure. So why not? Somewhere, probably not next year, because I still wanna finish my Star Wars mock, but it's like somewhere in summer next year. So I'm probably taking a closer look at something like that. That would be amazing. And yeah, cool admin dashboard. I really don't know what dashboard that is. I think I've seen it somewhere, but I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, all of the great stuff that you're hosting. I'm sorry we can't go through it today, but I think yeah, great project, man. Just love it and would love to learn more about it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna refresh once more. I hope. Oh, there are so many new posts. I'm so sorry, guys. We probably can't go through all of them today. But next year, I'm gonna do another live stream. Actually, I'm planning to do more regular live streams, and I know I said it before, and I never really, never really hold my or could come up with these promises. But yeah, I just try to do more regular live streams, and we will definitely go through some of the HomeLabs that we're not able to cover today. So you definitely will get an updated live stream for this, so don't worry about it. I'm just thinking, so, but maybe we're already through those posts here, right? So we covered like the backpack server, we covered Simple Lab, we covered my HomeLab, the Lego HomeLab, we covered my Hot Rod HomeLab, and we even covered some of the older posts. But I'm just going through the newer stuff, the people that are just in the live stream right now. So that's why I'm gonna start with this year, because I promised to you we're gonna take a look at Poor Man's HomeLab, whatever means Poor Man's HomeLab. Guys, what are you talking about? But hey, it's a bit out of shape because my mainboard died yesterday, so I'm switching everything to an old HP mainboard. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's why you are a poor guy. Yeah, because something died. So okay, I got it. Oh my gosh. I even remember those HP servers. You know, I probably have set up this series once I was working as an IT service technician to, I don't know, so many customers. And I know this exact model because we always sold it that time. And yeah, thanks for the videos. Yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, some cool screenshots from Proxmox. This looks very similar to my. I mean, I probably won't do tags for the IP addresses, but that's actually a pretty nice idea if you can't remember those, right? I mean, I probably just put them in Excel sheet, but yeah, I haven't seen this. Nice idea. And yeah, okay, Portainer. Upgrade to Business Edition. Everybody's using the free version. Honestly, something terrible has happened to my Proxmox, to my Portainer installation, and I need to tell you. Recently, I got a Business Edition license for free from Portainer because I made a video like 1 year or 2 years ago. And I just set up everything on the Portainer Business Edition. And for some reason, I got an error message from my monitoring stuff, and I looked into it and I saw it like Proxmox. Proxmox. I'm always saying Proxmox. Portainer license has expired. And I just thought, oh no. Okay, let's just switch back to Community Edition. Turns out you can't go back to Community Edition once you bought the Business Edition. So you really need to reinstall the whole stuff and set up everything again for the Community Edition. Or I would need to buy a license. Maybe I could probably just send a message to Portainer and ask if they could send me a Business Edition again. But honestly, I'm not doing so much with Portainer these days anymore. And like, I was about so okay, so I'm not going to pay for a Business Edition. I'm definitely not going to do that, right? So what do I do? And yeah, currently I have no Portainer instance deployed in my HomeLab, just to be honest. And since you probably watched my last video about VS Code and that I'm using VS Code for managing my Docker servers and Kubernetes, you probably can tell that I haven't redeployed it yet. And I'm really asking myself if I should, because I know Portainer is great and it's nice, but at the end of the day, I'm not doing much with it. The very thing that just annoys me so much about Portainer is that you can't really manage Docker Compose stacks that are created from a different app or from a different location, so that are not managed with Portainer, that you haven't created. And this is something I really hate. So I think if they somehow fix that, I probably would give it another try. But currently, I'm very happy with using something else. What I definitely miss is like Portainer, the GitOps feature. So that's what I'm really missing. But apart from that, I mean, I'm totally fine with not using Portainer anymore in my HomeLab. So I will see. I don't really know if I do anything with it again, but we will see. Okay, so yeah, I haven't I haven't said much about my HomeLab, about your HomeLab. I'm sorry, and I probably should review it. But it's like, honestly, I'm not seeing so much. I know you said it because the mainboard died, so there's not much to see here, and you're currently just like in a temporary solution and trying to recover everything. I just want to say about what I see on the software side, and what is really interesting that immediately pops up in my mind is GitLab VM, GitLab Runner VM. So this is definitely something I really want to learn more about, because currently I'm doing a lot with GitHub Actions, and I've already recorded a new updated video about my HomeLab and about some GitHub Actions projects I'm doing. So, and GitLab Runner, GitLab is quite kind of similar to GitHub Actions, and that's going to be nice. Netboot, I'm pretty sure you watch Technotim videos. I didn't want to watch. I knew I didn't want to watch other creators' videos, but that just, I don't know. It somehow appeared on my YouTube window, and I've seen it, so I'm pretty sure you watched that one as well. And Nginx reverse proxy. We talked about this. You need to change it, man. But anyway, I'm not stressing you. And pfSense is also pretty nice. That's also a project. Haven't gone to it, but yeah, I definitely want to have a look at other firewall system. But as you can tell, there is still the UniFi project that I need to do first. And after the UniFi project, I probably will take a look at pfSense or OpenSense again. But currently, I'm booked out with topics. So, and pfSense, OpenSense is really far down my priority list, because come on, I have a solid and working firewall system right now, so I don't need pfSense or OpenSense. It's not going to be better than anything that I've got today. So, yeah, I just need, some more time to get into it. Thanks for the videos from most of this was possible. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Okay, cool. What was the deal with pfSense hack last week? I didn't hear anything about pfSense hacks. It's like those things comes up sometimes. Yeah, it's like you're always gonna read something in the news about that, but it's gonna be like that happens to everyone. Yeah, so I'm not getting. I'm not giving a lot of about those kind of news. I even read something about Ubiquiti. Something about their cameras were shown to other customers that shouldn't happen, of course. That bumped up in the news. And I was just like about, yeah, I know, this sounds terrible. And it's definitely like a lot of other creators would just instantly jump on this and make a video about it and say, oh, this is so terrible, and how could this happen, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but honestly, if you're working in cybersecurity for many years, you know that those shit things just happen, and it happens to everyone. I mean, during COVID, every security company was somehow hit by some ransomware attack or some incident that happened. So I don't really give something about like if that occurs. I mean, it's important to know about this, update your device and so on. But it's like, yeah, who knows? So I'm not really tracking those things that I haven't deployed. So that's why I didn't hear about pfSense. Just happens sometimes. Okay. Okay, so I probably can go on with so that was, let me just once refresh. If I'm gonna be quick, I can finish with those 3. So let's go through them one by one. Okay, my small home lab in Czech Republic. Nice. Let's take a look at the picture. Oh, you need to do something about the cable management. That's definitely what I see right at the beginning. And honestly, I won't blame you because my server rack looked exactly the same a couple of like 1 or 2 years ago. So it's not like well, this is completely terrible. I mean, it's experimental stuff. I know this, but I mean, there is a lot you can do about the cables, right? I mean, you just need to buy some shorter cables, and then you probably fix a lot of those issues. Because the worst thing that can happen is you build a server rack, you mount all the cables because you think, I'm not gonna have so many devices, so I just use whatever cable I have in at room, and I don't care about the lengths of the cable and so on. That's how you start. And what you end up is this here. So you put a lot of like cables, and then you're gonna need another server. Maybe you try out something else. You gotta connect one cable to another location and blah blah blah. And then you got a messy cable management. That's how it just ends up because you're experimenting a lot. So, and what really helped me to optimize the cable management in my server rack was getting shorter cables, or like thinking more about, so where do I locate the devices? So exactly, the switch needs, like, the switch is always a central point because it needs to have the most cables connected to it. So where you place the switch and where you place the other devices, that can help you a lot with cable management. And obviously, adding patch panels. I mean, I did a full video about cable management, so you can probably look it up and get some inspiration. But that's definitely one thing that I would improve. Otherwise, I mean, it's really dark in here. I just can see some HP logos, and that's like a power measure thing. I think I even got the same power. This, I don't know what this is called. What you use to measure the power consumption, right? I even got the same. And I can't really see what's down here. I think it's an HP logo again. And a TP link I can probably spot. So let's have a look. TP link, NVR with 7 IP cams. Okay, so that's something, an area I have never discovered myself. HP, I 36,000? Maybe 3,600? I don't know. Oh no, that's the HP model, or is that the i3 model? Or i3 6100 is it? Ah, okay, got it. 32 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte SSD for Proxmox, HP microserver. Ah, this is the thing on the down here on the right side. Looks pretty nice. I've seen those microservers from HP, and I always thought, wow, these are really great. They look pretty nice. Would love to get one of those to just try it out. A UPS. Oh yeah, we talked about UPS. All around 140 watts power consumption. Actually, this seems like a lot to me. I really don't know. I mean, it's like, okay, you got 2 servers, right? 1 HP, but it's like the i3 should be more efficient. And then you got the microserver with 4 1 terabyte hard drives. Ah, I definitely can tell it's probably because you got 4 hard drives in it. That's definitely adding up to the power consumption. I know this. It's definitely at minimum like 20 watts, maybe even more, like 22, 23 watts you're just wasting for the 1 terabyte hard drives. Because if you just got like 2 terabytes, it would have just been half of that. It's just like, and I made this mistake too, right? I bought a lot of hard drives because I thought it would be better to put them in one storage pool. But I never really considered the power consumption of those hard drives, that these are so high. So there's so much power consumption on those hard drives. So I really would prefer now, after I've learned this, like putting like, yeah, 1 12 terabyte in it, or maybe 2 12 terabyte hard drives. And whenever I need a fast storage, I use SSDs or put them in the memory cache. So that's what I would do. Oh yeah, of course, yes. Sorry, you guys corrected me in the chat. It's like 3 HP servers. Okay, so that's definitely where the power consumption comes from. Yeah, sure. I mean, okay, when it's 3 servers, it's probably not that bad. I mean, it's like a Proxmox cluster. Yeah, sorry. It's getting late. I didn't pay attention to this, but yeah, then it's probably not that bad. But it's just about the hard drives. I just can tell you, hard drives is... when it comes to power consumption, hard drives is just crazy. So I definitely prefer like buying bigger hard drives and fewer of them. But yeah, also a great HomeLab. A small and nice HomeLab. You just need to optimize a bit of cable management, but then it's pretty great. And honestly, I'm a bit jealous about the Proxmox cluster. So, and the micro server from HP. I think these just look great. And I need to set up myself a Proxmox cluster. So I think you've done a great job, man. So it looks pretty nice. Okay, so let us just go through the 2 others. I hope there are no new posts. Oh my god, somebody posted. I'm sorry. So maybe we can't finish today. But yeah, we will take a look. So, hi, love your videos. Oh, thanks. Love that you're watching them. My hidden in plain sight mini server cluster. Really amazing. Yeah, don't worry if you have to drop, guys. So you can watch the recording. I'm always keeping the recordings on YouTube. So thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, Jake. I also play around with a HomeLab and self-hosted Kubernetes clusters. That sounds like that's like a nice project. John Smith, it makes me nervous to post pictures of mine. You don't need to post a picture of yourself. You just need to post a picture of your HomeLab, man. So that's not that bad. It's made of 3 mini PCs, total of 24 threads. Whoa, that's quite a lot. 48 gigabytes of memory and NVMe storage. I like that you put those emojis to highlight that. That it's gonna be, yeah, a lot of power here. All under 50 watts. That's quite impressive. I mean, that's nice. So definitely a good job with power consumption there. All processors are i7. Yeah, that's definitely good for power consumption and like yeah, CPU power. If that's a cabinet that's made of metal and has perforated doors, hides the servers as well. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, definitely looks nice. I mean, that's probably one of the best options you have. And what's that? YouTube counter? So is that from your YouTube channel or what is it? So yeah, feel free to post it if you want. Take a look. And these are the mini computers. Yeah, it's definitely a great like cabinet for the servers. Yeah, and it looks pretty nice. And it hides the servers, but honestly, I mean, it all looks very organized, so that's not that bad. What is that here? Is that like 3 mini PCs? That's you got like 2 mini PCs from one like series and another one. That looks like a nice case. I haven't seen that before. And yeah, you're pretty proud of your low power consumption. I can definitely see that. That's nice. I mean, it's just, again, we just talked about this. That's a topic I really care a lot about because I just think that low power consumption is important for running HomeLabs. But I can see it's like more a topic that is important for German guys who need to pay a lot for electricity, and others probably don't care as much. I can definitely see and understand that, but it's just like you need. If you're not like living in Germany, you probably don't know that Germany or the electricity price in Germany have, I think they have doubled like in the last year. So just since the Ukraine war and electricity price has gone up, and everything is going to be more expensive in Germany, and to have like, if you're running a HomeLab and you have set up everything like, and you're paying like, I don't know, 50 euros a month for electricity pricing for your HomeLabs, and then like from one day to another, just because somebody started a war somewhere in the world, like electricity price go up like from $50 to $100 a month. That's when you think about it, when you start thinking about it. And that was actually the moment where I realized, okay, I need to do something about it, because euros a month, and that was actually the real price that I would have need to pay if I didn't optimize my power consumption in HomeLabs. So it's quite a heavy amount of money every single month just for running servers at home. So that's why we German guys, we care so much about power consumption these days. So I mean, if we don't got solar panels, that's definitely a terrible like game. So yeah, but yeah, really nice. I mean, again, I'm so jealous about like all these mini computers. I would love to build a Proxmox cluster with them, just like you. Yeah, really love this. And yeah, I also use it for experiment, YouTube channel. Oh yeah, okay. Let's talk dev. I'm just gonna show the YouTube channel. So really nice. Okay, so that definitely deserves more attention. So guys, if you're watching the live stream right now or you're watching the recording, go to this YouTube channel and subscribe and watch some of the videos. I don't have time to watch it now, but I will definitely do it after the live stream. Really cool project, man. Really cool. Okay, so I think we have 2 more left. No, somebody else posted something. Oh man, I can probably go on with this live stream forever. But it's like, I don't know. So I'm doing this here, and those 2 other need to wait until next year. I'm so sorry. I know this sounds like a long time, but don't worry, we just have a few days until next year. So you definitely in maybe not next week, but the week after, you'll probably see another live stream. So in January, like the first week of January, I'm doing another live stream promised. So where we go over those 2 other posts. So watch out. That's the last one we cover for today. So let's take a look. C01000100. I even don't know what is that translated from binary to. Does it have a reason, or is it just like random numbers put together, or is it binary code for something fancy? I really would love to know. It's mostly used as a media server. Destiny is to host apps via Kubernetes behind Keycloak. What is Keycloak? Is that I think I remember this is like an authentication stuff? Or? Okay, I got it. Building tech experience, not profiled. Okay, so let's take a look. Pi 400, Pi KVM, not in use. Okay, so let me just take a look at the picture. Well, this looks pretty nice. I mean, even though it's not like a server rack or something like that, it looks pretty fancy because you organized it pretty well, I would say. Even the cable management. So you try to hide all of this stuff, and yeah, looks nice. Also like a big NAS, some mini computers in here, a rack server. So let me just take a look at some of the descriptions you have added. The R710 QNAP. So these are the 2 devices that you're using here. This is the QNAP. I think somebody else was using the exact same NAS just a few HomeLabs before. So really nice. And of course, yeah, server rack is yeah, definitely nice. Total electricity quantity 4 kilowatts. So that is like in year. So is that the current power consumption 340 watts? That's the current power consumption, or is it like accumulated over like the months? Or 4 kilowatt hours is probably about like the year, I think. Okay. Well, 350 watts current power consumption. That seems like a lot. In total, like, I mean, I don't know. It always, of course, depends on what you're running, but I'm pretty sure like this rack server consumes a lot. And you got 4 CPU cores. This is the. Do you run a Proxmox cluster? Yes, it's more than it needs to be. Yeah, sure. That's. I mean, it's like what should you do, right? If you already got all of that stuff, and I mean, if you just look at this R630, this is like, okay, this is Ryzen. You got so many stuff in here. It even doesn't look like that big, but when you take a closer look at the stuff that you have deployed, you can definitely see there's a lot. 40 CPU cores with that Intel Xeon, I can definitely see. So that's huge. Even the 128 gigabytes of memory. Oh man, this is crazy. Are you really using that all? I'm kind of like it's more than I. It's probably not more memory than I have, but it's like I have the same amount of memory. But even I'm not using all of this because I think like it's just I have gone a bit too crazy with 128 gigabytes. I think I just would be fine with 64. I mean, sure, if you're running TrueNAS, you want to go that big for memory because you're gonna use it for caching. I know. And yeah, you actually got a pretty similar setup than I got because I did the same. I'm probably just not using like TrueNAS is probably running. Is that running on your QNAP or is that running on a virtual machine? That is what I don't get from this setup. That would be interesting. So yeah, these are all like virtual machines. Wow, that's even more, like 172 gigabytes of memory completely. That's the mini R. Ah, okay. Okay. Whoa. And that is, what is that? Containers. Okay, cool, yeah. Sonar. There's, I really, honestly, I'm not recognizing a lot of this. I mean, I definitely know Plex, NetData, Portainer, and Watchtower, but those like Logstack, Radar, Overseer, I don't know what that is. So, but yeah, lot of impressive stuff. I mean, I think you made the best out of the power consumption that you could do with this because it's just gonna consume power. The powerful hardware that you got in your home server rack or your like self-built server rack, so to speak, that's definitely just consuming that. Media management mostly. Ah, okay, interesting. So these are, yeah, you can definitely tell these are kind of the workloads that I'm not really that much experienced in. But it's kind of interesting to see what other people do with it. And I definitely think, yeah, TrueNAS is really great OS. And you're using TrueNAS Scale. Yeah. I'm thinking about this. So if really like most of the people enjoy TrueNAS Scale, or do you think TrueNAS Score should have done the job as well? I'm really thinking about it because First, I was really excited about TrueNAS Scale because I thought, yeah, it has Kubernetes on it and oh, cool. But ultimately, I'm not using it for that. So it's kind of like, for me, it's a waste. I would definitely be happy with Core as well. I mean, I just use Scale and I would always use Scale again. Not because of Kubernetes, but because I just like Linux as an underlying OS. And I think like this is just the better and the more modern way to get to run a NAS system. And I would definitely always prefer it over Core. But I think the Kubernetes stuff from TrueNAS, that was a bit wasted. I think they should have gone in a slightly different direction with like giving you more abilities to manage Kubernetes apps and not lock this thing down so that we need something like True Charts. And don't get me started with True Charts. Just cost a lot of nerves on my side. So you can definitely see I'm not that happy with TrueNAS Scale and the Kubernetes implementation of it today. So maybe I need to look at it and see if they have done some improvements on that. But in the beginning, it wasn't the best experience. And I think it could have been a lot better if they would have just integrated Kubernetes in a more open way so that it's not just all locked behind their web UI. That's my opinion about it. Scale will be the way to go for future and HomeLabs specifically. Yeah, I definitely agree with it. I work as a security engineer. I have the same mindset. Yeah. Okay. So, well, this was everything I could do for today. Honestly, I think you got a lot of great HomeLabs, guys. A lot of cool stuff in here, and And I would love to go through all of it, but I can't because I need to end the stream. But yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of inspiration and a lot of cool stuff that I need to look further into it. I mean, you already reminded me I need to look at Proxmox clustering. That's already scheduled for March next year, so I definitely will do it, but need some time. I need to go through some other projects before, and then I will get to it. Okay, so please, you can definitely post pictures in the HomeLab Discord. So if you want, if you just want to show off some other peoples in the community, or you just want to discuss, I mean, these are open threads, so feel free to just comment on something, and yeah, feel free to have a discussion and show something. And in the next live stream next year, we probably will cover and do some more reaction videos to HomeLabs. But yeah, I'm exhausted right now. There was a lot of stuff for my brain, a lot of new things to see and recognize. So you can definitely tell I'm exhausted right now. So, and I need to rest a bit. Just wanna answer one question. Can you make a video about cybersecurity for HomeLabs? Would love to see that. Well, there will be some security videos, but not not this, not in January, not in February. So probably I will schedule it for next year somewhere. Thanks for the stream. Wish you and your family great holidays. Thanks for all the videos. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, sure. Merry Christmas. I will post on Christmas, and I will keep you updated when a new video comes out. There's one more video scheduled between Christmas and New Year, so if you have time, you can watch it. It probably will be exciting. It's a longer video, and that took me a lot of time to record and research, and that was huge. But it introduces a new partnership that I recently just started, and I'm so happy about this. Will be cool stuff, and I will be building some nice projects upon this. And yeah, so watch out for the video. And yeah, if we don't catch up, then Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll probably see you next year, guys. So thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch up in January then. Have a great day, and speak to you soon. Bye bye, guys.